Namaste everyone, and thank you very much for joining me in this tutorial. So here in this one, I'm going to show you an application which is very similar to ChatGPT, and it has been developed through Vanilla.js. Right, so in the front end, Vanilla.js is working, and in the back end, Node.js is working. Now, how this application works, I'm going to show you that first, the coding part of this application. So let's dive into the lecture and check out the applications working first. So here, if I have to ask any questions to ChatGPT, I can simply type here that question like, who is Gaurav Kumar Jain coding classes? So yeah, I'm talking about myself here. Let's see what is ChatGPT going to reply for this question. So Gaurav Kumar Jain is a software engineer and coding instructor based in India. He has been teaching coding classes since 2015 and has taught over 1,000 students from all over the world. He specializes in teaching web development, mobile app development, game development, and machine learning. All right, that is almost correct. Let me just see what it is going to give me now if I will pass the same question again to it. So it has returned the same answer, as you can see. Let's change the question. So what is Angular? If I want to know, let's see what it is going to tell me about this. So it is thinking right now, and Angular is a TypeScript based open source web application framework, and you can learn, you can get to know anything from this application. So what I've done is I have used the API of ChatGPT, and I've integrated it with my application through an API key. Now the backend is hitting the API, bringing the data from there and populating it on the front end through Vanilla.js. Right, that is what is happening in the background. Let me see if this chat GPT can generate some code for me. So I would like to get a Django application bot code. Let's see what is going to happen. Okay, so this is what it is telling me. You will need to write custom code to create Django application. Okay, give me an example. Not like this. Code for printing a 3D triangle in HTML, CSS, JS. Let's see whether we will receive anything for this question or not from ChatGPT, which I have created. Okay, so it has started coding for us, right? So it's very simple, right? When I will show you the code, you will also find it very simple, and I would like you guys also to just give it a try, and you will be able to create it within 5 or 6 hours very easily, right? So let's check out the code without wasting the time. Fine, so there are two files which you have to understand the code of. The first one is this script.js, which is handling the front end part of the application. So as you can see here, I've imported two images from this assets named folder, right? So the two images which you can see over here, one for the bot and the other for the user, they are coming from here. Okay, then there are two elements, as you can see, which I am using over here. Now where are these elements coming from? So if you see here in this index.html file, I have a form, okay, and I have a div with id chat container. Fine, so that is what I am using here in my script, using this document.query selector. Now, if you are familiar to JavaScript, you must be aware about this command also, right? If not, then I would request you to just go ahead and give it a try, learn it. In case you are not able to find sufficient material for learning this language on online or on internet, you can contact me on the number which is getting reflected on your screens, or you can check my number in the description below. Okay, then we have a variable load interval, and here what we are doing, if the user passes any message to the bot, the first thing the bot is going to do is it is going to think about it. We have to just show the user that the bot is thinking about the answer. Now, by the time it is thinking, what the backend will do, it will take the message of the user and hit the website through the API which is there in the backend. Okay, I'm going to show you that part too, but later on. So, this is the code which is responsible for showing that dot animation to the user, that thinking animation, right? Then we have this type text. So, if you see here, the bot doesn't gives the output in one go. It it's an animation which it shows to the user, with the help of which it is able to convey to the user that it is right now typing the answer for him. Okay, so that animation is coming from this particular function called type text. Over here, if you see, I've defined as interval of 20 seconds. Right, then we have this unique ID. So this is what is generating a unique ID for the user. Okay, and then we have this handle submit. So once the user fires the enter command, so after typing here his query, when he executes this button over here, this is a function which gets executed by the front end, or you can say by the user. Okay, now if the uh, front end fails to find an answer or fails to give an answer to the user, what it does is it shows him a prompt. Okay, and if it has the answer, if the application has the answer for the user query, it just populates that on the front end. Okay, then we have this scroll height, scroll top. So as you can see, we are able to scroll down also, and we are able to scroll up too, right? So it is happening because of this code over here. Then we have the link, or you can say the URL through which the backend can be accessed. Let me just show it to you. So as you can see here, there are two terminals. Here, this is where this is for the backend and this is for the front end. Now, if I come here, you can see on 5000, my backend is running. Hello from Gaurav, right? That's what I've defined as a default message for the backend. So the what it does is, what this function does is, it takes the input and gives it to the backend, and then the backend takes the input, it puts it on the API, and fetches the relevant information from the website and then post it on the front end. So that all is happening because of these two functions over here, right? And finally, we are we have this default message. Now if the application doesn't have the answer for a particular thing, so it will populate this as a message on the front end for the user. Okay, so this is the front end code. Let me now show you the back end. So here I have used this server.js file. So all the code and everything is present in the server.js file. But before creating it, I have installed all these packages. Just a second. Yeah. So there is course that you require. Then we have .env, which you require, Express, Nodemon, and OpenAI. Okay, so in this environment named variable, I have defined an API key which I have got from the my Open API panel. Fine. So here I have put it, and the variable to which I have assigned the key is this OpenAI API key. Now this is what I'm using here for pulling the information from the website. So if you see here, I've defined the configuration, right? I'm passing the key as a parameter to this particular variable, and then I am again using it over here, right? Here I've called express, then here I've used course, and then again JSON I have used here. Now there are two routes that I have defined over here, and both are asynchronous in nature. So this is what is sending the message over here to the browser that the backend is ready, and now you can, the front end can use it for getting the answers of the user queries. If the use, and these parameters over here which you're seeing, I have got them from the same link from where I have got the API key which I just showed you. So all these parameters you can easily find on OpenAI platform, and that's what you have to define over here. You can change the maximum tokens as per your requirement. You can change the temperature, prompt also you can change, whatever you want to change, whatever values you want to give to these variables. Feel free to give those values, assign them with different values as per your requirements. Fine. And finally, this is what is handling the errors related to backend. And finally, my backend is listening on port number 5000 on my local machine. Right. So this is how I have developed the chat GPT. Okay, now I would request you to please give it a try, and if you want to learn these kind of beautiful things, feel free to contact me on the below number. I would be happy to help you guys with all the related knowledge I have about these things. Right. Thank you very much for being there with me in this tutorial. I hope you guys really liked it. Do not forget to share and like my lectures. And if you'll subscribe to my channel, definitely you will get the notifications of the new videos which I will be posting on my channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care and have a great day ahead, guys.